We got some big news in the NBA today. The Raptors are getting rid of Masai Ujiri. And for me, this makes a lot of sense. I've always thought Masai is super overrated. Yeah, you got them a title. Nice work. Everything you've done since then has been a disaster. He's kind of like Joe Dumars in that aspect, where Dumars put together the '04 Pistons team, and everything he did after that was a complete disaster. So if you look at Masai's, his track record recently, the Brandon Ingram trade does not make any sense at all. Even in the draft, I'm wondering if this is Malawak related, where maybe he really wanted Malawak, but the Raptors wouldn't let him draft him, so they decided to part ways. Or the Raptors wanted him to draft Malawak, but he didn't draft Malawak, so they part ways. It's weird timing for sure, but their draft was kind of weird, I thought. The Brandon Ingram trade, super weird. Last season, they trade OG Anunoby. They don't get a first-round pick back for him. They get the right to pay Emmanuel Quickley over $30 million a year, which is insane to me. And RJ Barrett, who they're already trying to flip. They trade Pascal Siakam, thinking that if we get Bruce Brown back, we'll be able to flip him for something else. Weren't able to flip Bruce Brown, unless you want to count flipping him in that Brandon Ingram deal. And the Pelicans were dying to give Brandon Ingram away. So there's a lot of weird trades. They held on to Fred VanVleet till the absolute end, refused any trade offers for him, and then he walks away as a free agent. They did a similar thing with Kyle Lowry, where if you guys remember his last season in Toronto, they thought they had a trade with the Lakers done. And then the Raptors backed out at the last minute. Kyle Lowry leaves as a free agent. I believe it was a sign and trade. I think they got Dragic and Precious Achiuwa in that deal, but either way, you held onto your asset too long, and then you got a minimum return on him. So who could forget the 2022 NBA trade deadline? They trade a first-round pick for Thad Young. Thad Young barely plays for them. So a lot of weird moves for Masai Ujiri after winning that championship. Long overdue for him to get out of Toronto, for Toronto to send him packing and start something else. Because if you look at their roster, it makes no sense. It's like a 10-year-old got a hold of NBA 2K and put a roster together. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit together. The team's not going to be good. So they'll get a new voice in there. It's going to be interesting what that means for Scottie Barnes with his max contract. Does the new GM still see him as the face of the franchise going forward? Because to me, if Scottie Barnes is your best player, you're just simply not going anywhere. If he's your third best player, yeah, you'll be a solid team. I just don't think he's that max contract kind of player. See what they do with Brandon Ingram, some of these other pieces they got. As for Masai, this league, man, Joe Dumars got another job, and Masai is held in much higher regards than him, so I'm sure he's not going to be unemployed long. You guys let me know in the comments what you thought about this move. I thought it was long overdue.